Well, big physical team, fifth in the country in offensive rebounding. Obviously, defensive rebounding hasn't been a strength of ours. We're going to have to hit a lot better than we have. They've done a great job inserting Smith into the lineup. He's got the offense going, positive assist to turnover ratio, gets him going in transition. Two of the top 5 scorers in the SEC with Molinar and Stewart. And then Tolu Smith, leading rebounder in the SEC at Doe. Seems like he's been there forever. They're starting to get some production off the bench. Johnson, a kid who's from Baton Rouge, shooter's done a good job for him. Now Fountain's come in and he's been good. Post is a big kid who can make some shots. Javion Davis, somebody we're familiar with from his time at Alabama, and he was an effective guy at Alabama. He hasn't played as much lately. He missed 4 games. He's been back 5 games. I think his minutes have been down a little bit, but they're a big physical. Matthews is a kid who started for him, a freshman. Plays the 3 and the 4, so big physical group, and be a challenge for us on the road.
Yeah, Will, you didn't play Saturday against Florida, but was it, kind of welcome to kind of catch your breath a bit after Texas Tech and Alabama? 2 tough games, and was it nice to, I guess, like maybe practice or get into like just not be in that mode where you feel like you're in a game mode?
No, we wanted to play. We were ready to play. Thought our guys were ready to play. You just never know how things are going to go with COVID and illness and injuries and stuff like that. So while you can play, you want to play. But I know, because of safety and everything with Florida, we couldn't. If we'd have found out the day before instead of Friday morning after we practiced, we'd have gone to Arkansas on Saturday and played at Arkansas. But it just wasn't feasible when we found out about 9 o'clock on Friday morning. It was just too quick of a turnaround, and we had already practiced for Florida. But we did get a chance to work on ourselves, practice a little bit on Saturday, work on ourselves, iron some things out, and hopefully it'll help us out.
I don't see any wiggle room on the schedule to make up games, is there? It doesn't look like.
Well, we don't have a game technically next Wednesday right now. And then there's one makeup date later on in the year. So, there's some wiggle room. This isn't football either. Like, you can play 3 or 4 games in a week. You can play back-to-back days. There's a lot of different things you can do. You could play a week where you play Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Monday, Thursday, Saturday. We used to do that in the CAA. This isn't football where you need 4 days to prepare for a team or 5 days to prepare for a team. And so, I think there's some opportunity to make up games, if depending on how creative we'll all be.
Well, you've talked a little bit in the past last week about running out of time, and I know you didn't play Saturday, but after the game against Alabama, how critical is this game? And also, do you have an update on Darius?
I just left him. He was in the training room. So, like I said, you're at the. He's gotten 2 treatments this morning since I saw you at the radio show last night. So, we'll see. We're hopeful he'll be able to. I don't think if he's able to go, it's not going to be just a normal. It's not going to be normal, but him at 85-90% is still very effective for us.
So he does have a chance to play Wednesday night?
Yeah, I'd say there's a chance. I wouldn't pencil him in, but I'd say there's a chance. There's a chance he plays. We'll see what he can do today in practice.
And then about the game being a crucial, game that you have to have.
I wouldn't say we have to have it, but all of them are going to be critical down the stretch here. We certainly got to win some games. We haven't won some games lately, and we've got to win. You always say must win, but we just got to pick up as many wins as we can down the stretch, and this is the next one, so this one's obviously critically important, but we've got to pick up some wins and win some games. I mean, it's a road game. They're a quad one road team, and so it would certainly be an important win if we could pick it up. But we've just got to focus on preparing and playing better and playing a little bit harder and sustaining what we do for longer periods of time.
Hey, well, I know, every team that you guys play will prepare for guys like Trendon and Cam and Javonte. I mean, just how important is it to maybe get some of those role players going a little bit more? I mean, was that part of the focus, this last couple of days, just trying to see, maybe who could get going outside of those three big guns? Yeah,
I mean, we don't leave ourselves much margin for error in the sense that those three all have to play extremely well. But, we need some contributions from those other guys in other facets. Like they all want to, we need guys that want to rebound. We need guys that want to dive on loose balls. Like, all right, if some of those guys aren't going to do it, I'm not saying those. Like we need contributions in other areas. We need winning plays, winning spirit. We need those type contributions from some of these other guys. And hopefully we can get that. It's been very clearly explained the last couple of days what's needed, and hopefully we'll get it. We'll get a better version of what we've been getting, from those guys. But we need more from those big three that you mentioned. Like they've got to perform. They got to play well. I mean that's part of it. When you've got three star players, three very very good players. They got to play great for us to have a chance, and then the other guys got to fill in the gaps, and we just haven't been doing that. Or we haven't had all three guys clicking on the same night, and then we certainly hadn't been filling in the gaps like we need to.
Hey, Will, just kind of a weird question, but how's Alex Fudge doing since what's he allowed to do with you guys? Is he allowed to practice? Is he on his own?
He's been very good. He's an SEC level athlete. He's going to be a good player. If I hadn't promised his mom and his coach that I wouldn't play him, I'd probably try to play him. He could fit in our rotation right now. He's athletic. He's blocked more shots in 2 weeks than we've blocked all year in practice. So he makes athletic plays. We're still he's doing individual workouts a couple times a day. He's got to put on some strength and some weight, but he's going to be a very, very good player for us. Like I said, I mean, if I hadn't promised his mom and coach that we'd redshirt him, it's very tempting to play him now because he could help us in some areas that we're deficient in. And I mean, he makes a lot of plays around the rim. He's very good for our scout team.
And then, how do you see the rest of the 2021 class panning out for you guys? Are you guys going? I know you're always tinkering or exploring ways for you guys to continue to recruit, but what do you guys have in mind, kind of not down the stretch, but over the next few months?
Well, I mean, we got to see what happens with the guys we have, but I would suspect we're going to be very heavy into the transfer market. I don't suspect. We will be very heavy into the transfer market, and we'll see if we can add a high school kid here or there, but we've got to get some experience. We got to get older. We've got to get that part of things fixed. So we'll be hot and heavy in the old transfer portal.
Hey, well, I also saw, I think this morning that you said maybe Sharif's foot has been bothering him again. Do you think, he might play tomorrow? And then also just kind of talk a little bit about, Mississippi State's two guards, that are both kind of top five in the conference in scoring right now. What kind of challenges?
I think Stewart's third and Molinar's fifth. So, I mean, Stewart does a great job. They're both good three-point shooters. They don't take a ton of them, but they're both very, very effective when they take it. Molinar's tremendous in the mid-range. Stewart does a great job getting to the rim, especially in transition. So, be a big challenge for us to we got to guard those guys. We got to stop those guys. It'll be a big challenge for us to be able to do that. Sharif, we'll see. He didn't practice yesterday. He didn't do much of anything yesterday. We'll see if he can go today. We're getting ready to practice here at 12:30. So, we'll see what he can do. Hopefully he can go. We need him, but we'll just see what he's see how he is.
Anything else for Will? Okay, thanks, Will.